It's taken a lot of preparation to get here, and part of the team involves the Office of the Secretary to Parliament, and leading that office is Xolile George, our guest, joining us here at the SABC News Channel. Great to see you, sir. Thanks very much indeed for speaking to us. It's lovely to be here, don't get me wrong, but I think top of mind for many South Africans is, when are we going back to the National Assembly?
Good morning, Ayanda. Good morning to all SABC News viewers. Next year, as everybody may be aware, we are rebuilding and refurbishing the old Assembly of Parliament that was burnt down by fire, and rebuilding completely the new Assembly that was also gutted down. So we are hard at work. The contractor will be starting in February with the actual construction work, because for the greater part of last year we're busy with the demolition work, which has been a very sensitive work. South Africans may say, why 3 years after the fire that gutted down the building on the 2nd of January 2022, why only now? Because the nature of the building is a continuation of structures that were first built in the 1600, 1700, extension 1800. So you've got multiple heritage that is intertwined into what is known as Parliament. We've got laws in our country that governs how to deal with any heritage asset. It becomes more complex when it's a building, because as you demolish, you must make sure you determine what must be preserved, what can be demolished, if it's demolished in what way. So it took us almost a whole year to drive the delicate demolition project that otherwise, if it was not a heritage, you'll just bomb down the building. So it took us up until December to do that. We have now appointed a contractor through the implementation agent of South Africa, which is the Development Bank. They have now appointed a contractor, which is now going to start end of February with the building of the new Assembly. The old Assembly building is supposed to start in May. Both of them, Ayanda, are supposed to be completed by September 2026. We will, of course, by next year, January, you may be asking immediately, are we going to be here next year? Yes, we will be here in the City Hall, sadly. But until when we finish in 2026, anything else, we will be building an enduring, proud institution that will be the first post-democratic new parliament of South Africa, which has taken us this tragedy, but we will be able to usher in what will make South Africans proud in terms of a new building.
Sure. Right, and you know, because so much is at stake insofar as that building is concerned, you'll understand that there are still many questions about how it went up in flames to begin with. One person was arrested insofar as that is concerned. We all watched the case. At some stage he was declared unfit to stand trial. That's Zandile Mafe. But there are still skeptics out there who are saying it can't have just been a single individual. My question to you is, are you satisfied with the investigations into what actually happened?
Ayanda, there's a lot of multi-agency investigations that have been carried out since 2022-2023 by our law enforcement agencies. We remain confident that they are hard at work to ensure that they go beyond what is evidently known as one arsonist. For what is very clear, it was a complex, well-planned arson against the people of South Africa. So we remain confident that they will be able to announce what work they have done and what it has revealed, so as South Africans can see if there were players beyond this person, that will be revealed.
Sure. I have to engage you about the theme this year of the State of the Nation address. It's around harnessing parliamentary diplomacy for a whole host of objectives. It's quite the mouthful, forgive me. The question I wanted to ask you is, given the theme that we're observing this year and what is taking place insofar as, for example, South Africa's relationship with the United States, I mean, what are some of your own concerns as a Secretary to Parliament? Because we do know the theme is part of South Africa's objectives for G20, and within the G20 arrangement, there's what's called the P20, right? And that's where you come in.
Well, Ayanda, as you correctly put it, the theme is about harnessing parliamentary diplomacy in terms of ensuring that we can promote global solidarity, unity, and sustainability. What that means in the context of South Africa, our parliament will equally play host to other 20 parliaments within the global community of the G20. So what it means, us in November, prior to December, when the president hosts the G20, Parliament would have met first, brought together all parliaments that fall under the G20 family, and using our stature as a host country to champion strategic perspectives that we will be able to say our parliament must showcase what the best this country has done, what opportunities are there from investment as well as partnership, and what options we can do innovatively as South Africans to rally the world to be able to do this work. The second aspect of our strategic role as South African Parliament is that we are a parliament in Africa. We've got 54 other voices who will also be part of that conversation hosted by South Africa. So it also allows Africa to ensure that strategic perspectives from African countries in pursuit of global solidarity, in pursuit of fighting and championing equality and inequality, we occupy that space so that as South Africa we can showcase that we are amongst the global leaders.
Xolile George, thanks very much indeed for speaking to us. There's so much more to say, but I'm sure the opportunity will be forthcoming in the future. Xolile George is the Secretary to Parliament